Look at these intricate wildflowers. You'd think I spend hours painting every single petal with my tiny brush, but I didn't paint a single one of them. Instead I used this. A paper towel? Yes, this painting technique is perfect for oil painting for beginners and intermediate artists. So today I'm going to show you how to simple kitchen tool can create stunning Nordic wildflower that look incredibly complex, but are actually shockingly easy to do. If you are interested, stick around. Later on I'll show you how to step by step, gently tweaking, reducing the light values to soften the overall look with glazing. This technique not only tones things down but also creates beautiful, subtle contrast that brings harmony and depth to the painting. But first thing first, we just applied the titanium white and paints gray on the top of the painting, and now we're using olive green and titanium white and paints gray. That it's a little bit greenier, the distant land, what we are aiming for, and just blend it with your rough bristle brush first, and then you're using your soft blending brush to make it nice and smooth and create that Nordic cloudy weather. Also remember to clean your blending brush with the clean cloth. And our great tool palette knife can create those distant tree lines, and first apply it with your edge of the palette knife and then you just sweep it through and you get those tree lines, and then you just blend it over it gently to make it a little bit more smoother. Like you can see here, I just smoothly gone through with my palette knife and then I blend it with my brush. You get those distant tree lines. I'm just using my paper towel to take off that white paint or grey paint off, because I want that tree line on the left hand side be a little bit more darker, and then I just using my paper towel to create those fir trees. In Finnish they call them kuusi, which mean actually six, number six, kuusi. So it's just funny language, the Finnish language. But anyway, let's get into that those fir tree lines, and I'm just using a little bit smaller palette knife to create those top of the trees first. And I do have a lot of paint on that, so that's easier to create those fir trees. And now I'm just getting my paper towel ready and just blend it first before I do anything else. The darker paint, which in this case is actually olive green with a little bit ultramarine blue to make it more darker. And now I'm just doing the paper towel trick as well. Here I'm just making more longer type of paper towel, and then I just tap those fir trees on panel. If you are completely new to oil painting for beginners, this is a really forgiving way to start. And just start with the smaller panels first or canvas. You know, when I started painting in my early 50s, I made a promise to myself right from the beginning. I would not use cheap oil paint just to practice or get used to the medium. I chose to invest in quality paints from day one, and I have never regretted, not once. For me, it was so important to truly get to know my oil colors, so how they move, how they blend, how they respond to light and layering, so I could create the effects I was aiming for. Good materials make difference. They give you a richness, better pigment load, and completely different painting experience. I also started small panels, small canvases. That way the process felt manageable and not overwhelming. And I painted every day as well, so Not necessarily to finish a painting in one session. That wasn't the goal. The key, at least for me, was consistency. 1 or 2 hours a day, showing up, learning, experimenting. Those daily hours of practice and play taught me more than any perfect finished painting ever could. Anyway, back to our painting. This kind of loose oil painting is perfect if you tend to overwork details. We laid the off-white paint with our palette knife on the field, and now we just start using our rough bristle brush to connect those that line where our blue masking tape was. Just gently get it blended, and also this rough bristle brush give you a bit of a texture as well, fine texture, but still texture for that field. We get our paper towel again and twist it like a little pointy paper towel twist, and then we just start whipping those grass twigs without tipping any paint at first, because it's picking up from the panel the paint. When that has been done, we dip it on off-white paint, and then we just whip those grass twigs on the panel, which give you a nice texture on the field. And if you're an English spoken person, I'm not sure if I use grass twigs or is it grass foliage or what do you call them. But anyway, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. I'm just learning all these terminology as well on English when I'm explaining things, but I'm not sure always if I get it right. If you're the first time here, I'm Jori Poutanen, and I actually come from Finland originally, but I live in Australia, so just to let you know, my English is not perfect. And here I'm just randomly just adding some color, which is olive green and sap green on the bottom mainly, and using more burnt amber between those grass field and give that a little bit more brownish color on the top. I do have some green color as well, like you can see, but I'm just tapping up with my paper towel, just randomly tapping those prints, what comes out of the just a clean crumpled up paper, and just tap it and randomly just get those colors mixed up a little bit, and it just works really well. And this is so easy to do because you don't have to really think about it. And now I'm just getting the whipping twisted paper towel ready as well, and tipping in on white off-white paint, and I just whip those little twigs on the field as well. This is one of my favorite oil painting techniques for wildflower fields. And you don't need a fancy materials for easy oil painting like this. Just paint, brush and palette knife tool to use as well. Now painting is dry completely, so we can do the glazing. So gently tweaking and reducing the lighter values to soften the overall look. This technique not only tones things down, but also creates a beautiful subtle contrast that brings harmony and depth to the painting. So I'm just using even my blue masking tape to get that little bit more straight line, but I split it in the middle, so it's not exact straight line, so it's a bit of a more natural. Just adding gently yellow ochre, which is medium opaque. It's not the transparent color, so very lightly wipe it out a little bit as well, because it's just too dark. I just want a very subtle yellow ochre color. And if it doesn't come off, you can use the paper towel, 2 drops of linseed oil, and that makes it a little bit lighter. Glazing is one of my favorite oil painting techniques. I just love it because it gives that little bit more depth and dimension for the painting. This one is the first glazing. I usually do it in the end of the painting when the painting is totally dry. I'll do the glazing, but I just wanted to get this done, those fields first, before I start doing anything else with the flower fields. And again, I'm just twisting the paper towel again, and I'm gonna whip those darker twigs on fields. And you can always use your tiny brush for this one, but I just like that rustic look, and I'm just whipping those. And this burnt amber with a little bit ultramarine blue to make it a little bit more darker brown. And I just like this way because it does give that a little bit more rustic look, but I'm still correcting with my little angle brush. And always when I correcting the twigs, I'll just clean my brush very thoroughly. I sometimes even dip it on turpentine and then I wipe it off, and then I just use it again on the panel. So if you want a very, very tiny twigs, you can do this way because it's oil paint, so it's easier to push around. But if you think that it's too tricky, this one, you can always use, you don't have to whip those twigs on your panel, you just use your brush. But I just like this way to do it. Sometimes it's just nice to explore different ways to do things and try different things. And I recommended you to do the same. For so many of us, the biggest hurdle isn't the talent, it's a fear. We see a finished piece filled of wildflowers with all its texture and colors, and our brain just shuts down. It's just too hard, our brain gonna say. We picture needing dozen fancy brushes and years of training. But the oil painting technique I'm about to show you is going to completely flip how you think about painting. So this isn't about perfectly drawn every single petal. It's about letting go, embracing a little chaos and creating something that feels more natural and alive than you thought possible with such a simple tool. We are going to let a crumpled up paper towel do about 80% of the work. This method is one of my favorite oil painting hacks for creating texture oil painting effects quickly. It's all about suggesting detail instead of carefully drawing in it, which is perfect if you are just starting with oil painting basics. So we start adding up bit by bit the texture and just tapping it up, those flowers on the panel, and build up the composition of the flowers and arrangement how you want it. And I'm just starting with that off-white first, and then I add a little bit more color. And I keep it in very light colors at the moment, and then later on I will let it dry completely, and then next day or couple days I'll do the glazing again and add more color. So when you do that, it's actually your color comes out of more brighter. So glazing is great on that point of view. And then I just tweak it bit by bit as well. And I'm shaping up my crumpled up paper as well for different purpose. Like here I'm just using burnt amber. Got those little brown twigs. And that is the great about with the paper towel, that you can shape it up different shapes and you can get the printouts different situations in the different times. Of course, you don't want to throw all your paint brushes away because you do need them in the different situations as well. Like here, I'm just detailing with my little angle brush. I like the angle brush because it does give that very tiny lines as well. So easy. Because you are building up the composition of the flowers, it's always good to step a couple meters back and have a look. And unless you got where you can copy from the picture or painting, whatever, you can do copy it sort of thing. But I like a little bit more freedom to rearrange my paintings, even if I've seen the painting somewhere. And there's nothing wrong with copying another painting or picture, because it's never gonna be exactly same as long as you sign the painting in the end, and it's your painting. It's not pretending to be some other artist's painting. That's how we learn. End of the day. And of course, it's always good to be your original idea, original painting. And that is one reason why you want to explore different ways to paint your oil painting. I really hope this has made oil painting feel more fun and accessible. If you enjoyed this and you are excited to learn more simple, powerful techniques, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss what next. But we are not finished yet, so just hang on a little bit longer. I'm doing the final glazing, add up some more color for the flowers and the fields as well. So once your painting is totally dry, you can mix your glaze. I'm using usually a liquid original, just a little bit liquid original, and you can just put a drop of linseed oil as well on the mix. Using a large soft brush or small one, in my case, you would sweep this glaze over the whole painting, or maybe just the shadow areas. As you brush it on, something incredible happens. The shadow instantly gets richer and the color becomes more complex, and everything just feels more harmonious. After applying the glaze, you can even take a clean rag or paper towel and gently wipe it off the highlights, making them pop even more. Glazing takes patience, but it's a powerful tool for your artist arsenal. Just knowing about it opens up a whole new world of possibilities for your future art. It's that final secret sauce that can make your work truly glow. And there you have it. Step back and take a final look at what you made. See how the light catches the texture of the leaves, how the soft background makes the foreground pop, and how those few sharp lines everything shine. I would absolutely love to see what you created. So let me know in the comments if you tried or if you have any questions. Thanks so much for painting with me today, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye now.